Councillor says chickens can be deadly.
This is Hildy.
That's Hildy.
We just wanted to be more sustainable, and we went on to this garden tour last year and found out that other people were doing it successfully, and we spoke to our neighbors before venturing into the process, and they were all on board with us doing that. We've maintained a respectful environment for the chickens and make sure they're very clean, and reward our neighbors with eggs, fresh eggs, and don't really see a problem with having them other than the whole bylaw issue. But I think as long as you're respectful, shouldn't really be a problem.
Couples who keep 3 chickens in their backyard say they will comply with the city bylaw and remove the hens from their Caswell Hill yard following a Tuesday visit from an animal control officer. Ken and Darky Earl had already purchased an acreage and will move their new chicken coop next week. However, they maintain that keeping chickens may be more socially responsible than obtaining eggs from factory farming sources, and argue it has no adverse effects on neighbors. "We're buying eggs at the supermarket that have traveled far to get to where we are, and those animals aren't necessarily treated well," Darky said. Their organic grain-fed hens are kept in a 40-square-foot insulated coop unless the couple is in the yard. They checked with neighbors before introducing the hens in April and have never had complaints, they said. Eric Olauson said he believes people who want to raise chickens should go live on a farm. "Legalizing chickens would open the city of Saskatoon to liability," he said. "Somebody's chickens freeze in the winter. Is it our fault?" Olauson said. "We asked, why did you let that happen? Or if somebody gets ill or dies from a food-borne illness from backyard eggs, who are they going to point the finger at? They're going to point it at City Hall." He suggested a cracked egg with manure on it might be the source of such an illness. Olauson also speculated on the possibility children could get into the yard of an irresponsible chicken owner and get sick and die from playing in manure. "Regulating chickens is not a city responsibility," he said. "We're here to look after infrastructure, copes, firemen and trash. That's what we're here for," Olauson said. Darren Hill said he opposes backyard chickens based on his own experience keeping flocks of 100 to 300 when he was a youth. "By no means would I ever want chickens in the yard next to mine within city limits. Chickens smell, they attract pests, they are not quiet animals. There are just too many complications," he said. Hill said he wouldn't oppose a pilot project to keep chickens at city-owned garden allotments that lie outside of residential areas. Charlie Clark said the issue is likely to arise repeatedly as cities across North America approve the practice after testing it with pilot projects. This week, Edmonton City Council approved the 1-year pilot project involving different sizes of flocks. The largest has 12 hens. That initiative came from a group called the River City Chickens Collective. Vancouver, Victoria, Guelph, O&T, New York and Seattle are among the growing list of cities that have allowed backyard chickens. "We eventually get to the point people open up to ideas they found strange at first," Clark said. He once lived next to people who kept 3 chickens and found they had almost no impact on the neighborhood, he said. "They were quieter than dogs and their owners cleaned up their waste, while cats sometimes pooped in his kid's sandbox," Clark said. He has never heard of Olauson's health concern and said he would be interested in knowing about specific examples of such illnesses, he added. "People have become disconnected from how food is produced," Clark said. "Looking at different ways we can have food production in the city is a worthwhile discussion, and finding different ways to make a stronger and better connection between where food is produced and our consumption of it is a good thing." Clark said he has never heard negative feedback from anybody who actually lived beside a yard with chickens. Eric Olauson is using health and safety concerns as the underhanded tactic to push his ideals. This tactic is a typical tactic used by bureaucrats who would like to use fear and public safety to push ideals and get their way.